Pop, guess what? No.
Just putting it out there. But I mean, there are some of us who run interference, because I can't say that I'm not a person who has never ran interference. I know I had. I have a best friend, and I remember going on a date. We went on a double date, and she probably, if she ever listens to this show, she's gonna be like, I can't believe you told this story. So she dated this dude I could not stand. When I tell y'all, I couldn't stand him. Like, I put my lips cover my teeth when I think about it. I couldn't stand him. He was so
She's making
tight.
a warrior face.
He was so cheap, he could suck a brick out of a wall. Like, he was just that tight, okay? Like, and I went on a double date with him and her and someone who treated me, like the fucking fierce queen I am. I want this. Okay, you got it. I want to go here. Okay, you got it. So you can imagine the disparities and during
the big difference
during the date. Now, I knew I didn't like him from the gate, from the beginning. So when they come to pick me up with me and my date, because he insisted on driving, he said something to me and I barked at him. I was like, you need to not even talk to me, because if it wasn't for her, you wouldn't even be in the same car. You couldn't shine my shoes.
And a fight go with that.
And he gave me the dirtiest look, and I said, what? And she just looked like, oh my God, you really don't like him? I was like, I really don't. I really don't like him. Can I tell you, she dated him for 7 or 8 years. Long time. Off and on, of course. But it was still, like, I ran interference on that relationship. I remember being so upset, standing in the middle of the street, pissed off, screaming at her, telling her, I need you to leave this nigga alone. He ain't shit.
Wow.
I hate him. But he had given me good reason to hate him. He even wanted to know why I didn't like him. And we had this whole long conversation one time. And, he called me up. And I was like, he could call me. I'll tell this nigga why I don't like him.
And you ran it down.
I told him, I think you're a liar. I think this, I think that, blah, blah, blah. And you don't deserve my friend. Basically. Because I feel like I had good reason to run interference. Because I was right about him. Right? I was right about him. But anyway, I felt like I had good reason to run interference, and it came out of genuine concern. Right. It wasn't anything about me being jealous of her relationship or jealousy, or just not wanting her to be in a relationship or feeling like he was taking away my friend, because he wasn't. Right. Like, I don't believe in those kinds of things.
Right. Your friendship wasn't going nowhere if
it wasn't in jeopardy because of him.
Yeah.
He just was a dog ass.
Well, I have a story about interference.
Okay.
Out of genuine concern. I had this friend, she told me she's dating some new dude, and I was like, oh, okay, so what's he like? What's he do? All she's talking about is how he's light skinned and got light eyes and got locks. And I said, okay. But what does he do? Oh, he's a crack dealer, but I like those. Okay. And she tells me I have to meet him and that I would love him, and I meet him and the hairs on the back of my neck stand on edge. And I didn't get into it with her. I let it go. Fast forward to about a month and a half later, we're all at a party. Some dude said something about about my friend's breasts, and old dude heard him, and this motherfucker pulls out a knife ready to stab people up in the party.
Well,
I interfered like shit. I said, listen, if you gonna cut niggas, you got to take me the fuck home first. Because I'm too drunk to walk and too drunk to get on the bus. So I said to my homegirl, you want to drive me home and leave him here to stab the party up? 2 months later, they broke up and he was convicted of killing the girl he was cheating on my friend with. This is when interfering. The flag on the plate, I was the only one who flagged her. And she, we talked about it later, and she said, in hindsight, I appreciate you getting in my ass, because I was trying to ignore the things that I knew were true about him. Now, of course, it's not always that extreme when you interfere out of genuine concern, but I'm saying.
Right, and you know, when you run in interference, I guess it's like one of the times you have to check in with.
Yeah, like why am I doing this?
Why am I involving myself in these people's relationships? Am I, you know, is this my personal opinion, or is this actually what this person is?
Right.
You know, is this what I think? You know. We got a Miss Kiana B. Shout out to Miss Kiana B. Who just supported us on our Hip Hop is for Lovers Indiegogo campaign.
Woo woo.
She says we never know what's really going on in other people's relationships. Unless safety's a concern, I mind my business. I completely, you know, support that.
Yeah.
I include if someone's having intimate relationships with other people as a safety concern.
Yeah. Emotional, physical.
If you are having a relation, if you are involved with my friend, and I know for a fact that you are having an intimate relationship with somebody else, or my spidey sense just tingles.
Yeah.
You know.
Like,
I'm gonna have to say something.
If I know for a fact you fucking somebody else, but you're also dealing with my friend.
Yeah.
Kind of a no.
Well,
I don't know that.
Well, my thing is like, I would rather my friend be like, oh, that's the kind of relationship we have. Than I not say anything and she find out that.
She find out the hard way you've been fucking around.
Oh, no, she found out that I knew.
Yeah. And that's another thing. I wasn't going to say nothing about the dude that my friend was dating, but I was like, could I ever look myself in the mirror and know that I didn't speak up about this particular shit? Like, yeah, no, absolutely. It's really important to check in with yourself. Like, why am I doing this? Why am I speaking up to this? And what makes me feel like this is something that I need to, you know, talk about with this person? Why do I need to jump in here? And you know, and sometimes it's, and I've checked in before with myself when I was in high school. A friend of mine was dating somebody, and I was like, and I felt a type of way because I felt like I wasn't gonna get to hang out with her anymore. You know, and then I was like, and I asked her, I was like, so do I not count? Am I not your friend anymore? She was like, oh, I didn't realize I was ignoring you. You know, like some people do that.
I want to expand on that for a second. So, I have a fantabulous friend named Josie. Her name is Jo Nubian on Twitter. And she had expressed you know, like on Twitter, she was saying that a friend of her that called and said, oh, since you got a man, don't nobody hear from you now anymore. And she was like, look, you know, if you're my friend and I've been MIA because I'm involved with someone, the simple thing to say is, I miss you.
Yeah,
I want us to hang out.
You in a minute.
It ain't about my man, because when you make it about my man, I think it's something else going on about you.
Hello.
That kind of interference is.
It's not. If you make it about that external reason, to me, back to our episode about jealousy, that means that you think you're being replaced and like you're not important. Like you don't have a healthy friendship with that person. Like your friendship's not secure in any way. And I think that it's beneficial to really examine that. Like, do I really feel like I'm getting left behind? Or why wouldn't you have the expectation that when you have somebody that you're friends with and they start dating someone, that you may not see them quite as often, or you may have different interactions with them? I expect that of my friends when they become involved.
Right. Anyway, we're gonna get back to the running of interference. We talked about it being of genuine concern. You know, I when people tell me things about, you know, whoever I'm in a relationship with, I try to take it into consideration. I am notorious for doing whatever the fuck I want to do.
It's true.
And I make it very clear. Oh, okay, I heard you. Let me tell you though, I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do. And I appreciate my friends telling me. I'll be like, oh, okay, got it. Thank you. Appreciate it. But when your friends run interference, you know, does it make you cautious? Whether it was solicited or unsolicited, you know, whether they, you know, you asked them or they just told you, girl, I don't know about him or her.
Right. I don't know about this situation here. I mean,
Do you heed it? Does it make you cautious? Do you listen to them? Do you know?
Right. Do you raise an eyebrow? Do you check in with what they mention? And especially if they give you some reasons. Mm-hmm. You know, like if they're very clear about it. This person, you know, seems to be interested in mocking you when you do something that they don't like. This person does not have, you know, this person doesn't have a job and they're always asking me for money whenever I'm around. Whatever it is. I think that if you tend to value the advice from that person, it's a really good idea, in my opinion, to pay attention to that and examine it. I'm not saying you got to do what they want you to do, but I can't imagine not taking into consideration what that friend brings up. We have a tweet. We have 2 tweets. Miss Kiana B went on to say, safety most definitely includes sexual, emotional, spiritual, and that grimy motherfucker your girl loves who makes your skin crawl.
Girl, he made my skin crawl.
Hallelujah.
Oh, I hate it.
And Honey says, I listen to the homies. When they all think someone isn't right for me, that's a message. I appreciate them speaking on it.
So it has to be a consensus.
Does it have to be a consensus?
Honey?
Or is it, you know, 8
2 out of 5.
Or 2 out of 5, or the people who you know tend to be looking out? You know, is it the friend who tend to be looking out, or is it that girl from work that ain't got shit to do but complain about how her man ain't shit? In which case, you might not want to listen to her or tell her your business. I'm just saying.
I'm just gonna throw this one out here for the fuck of it.
Okay.
Because I know I do this. What if you get involved with someone that you know all of your friends are gonna be like, are you serious?
Do you give them the Sierra? So what? Or do you think about it?
Like,
you know, Tony Braxton, well, I love me some him.
I mean, I'm just saying it happens. Like, you know, we've all made some questionable decisions.
We have.
You know.
And I mean, to be perfectly honest, the person that I dated that all my friends were like, girl, what the fuck? I didn't let anybody know I was dating them until it was almost over, and I never introduced this person to my family, ever.
True.
Which, in hindsight, tells me everything I needed to know about the relationship. Are you somebody I would introduce to my good friends? Like, you know, honestly, I had a phone date today, and in my head, I'm like, if I really spend time with this dude, how is Uche going to respond? Uche might not like him. And this is how I think of certain friends, not all friends.
Okay.
But I was like, with my friend who I don't want to have to tell me I'm fucking up if I deal with this person.
Oh. That's a good thing. That's
the friend who you do not want to pull your fucking card, to pull your coattails. If you think that friend will make the assessment that the person is no good, it's something to consider. I'm not saying don't fuck with him, but I'm saying, and those of you who are friends with Uche know what I'm talking about. You don't want to get told about Uche.
What you trying to say?
You don't want to get told about
that, you just because you know what? I'll tell you one thing. If I'm gonna run interference, I have good reason.
Yeah.
Because I am very much so one of them people who are like, hey, there's this saying that I still don't even know what it means, but can't nobody pick no shade tree for your eyes, right? Mm-hmm. My friend made me explain that to them, and what does that saying mean? And I was like, what it means is that when you want to sit under a certain kind of tree, mm-hmm. I can't tell you that tree is not good for you because it's up to you to see it. It's not up to me.
Yeah. The fire ants underneath the tree don't mean shit.
Unless I can't choose it for you. You choosing it because I don't want nobody choosing for me. However, when I see shit is just all the way fucked up, okay, and it's putting me, it makes me feel like I'm putting myself in a compromising position to allow my friend to be in that. So when I'm gonna run interference, best believe I'm gonna run, bitch. I'm gonna run like Emmett Smith. Okay, I'm running interference like that.
You forcing a turnover like shit.
I'm Drew Brees in these hoes. Okay, that's the kind of interference I'm running. Drew Brees is a quarterback, and don't act like I know that, but I'm just, you know.
Look, it's football season. Football season just started. Fuck it.
I couldn't think of. I'm Vilma in these hoes. I'm a Saints fan, just in case y'all didn't know.
Right.
But I'm running interference like that.
You sacking like Troy Polamalu out here.
All day, B. All day. That's the kind of interference
I think that's real. Like, what?
I don't appreciate you thinking it about me.
I'm just saying, like, I personally would not like to have